I was just telling Jay before you got in. Sorry, I didn't hop you right in. I keep forgetting that you have to like put you on the stage, right? So I have to do it to myself, and then I have to do it for you guys as well. It goes right over my head every time. But YouTube's doing really good, right? 45,000 views in the past 7 days.
Wow.
Monetized now, like 22 subs over monetization. So I'm not worried about us dropping back underneath it. And that's, all thanks to you guys. And you guys, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, share with everyone. We're doing our damn best here when we finally get together and, talk about all this stuff. But yeah, white dog poop, dude. It's back. I saw it today. I had to send you guys that picture because I just remember a couple years ago, people are like, where'd the white dog poop go? I haven't seen it. What's going on? And then, the Chick-fil-A with the C, just the C instead of the K.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I seen white dog poop. Like I know it's like I know it existed. Like I played with it when I was a kid because I didn't know what it was, so I would step on it, and then it'll just crumble. Like it was like this dry poop, right?
Yeah. I love you, Jay.
Jay's That's out awesome. There playing with turds again.
Playing with dog. His favorite toy. All I want for Christmas. That's awesome.
You should see my collection.
It's like the first version of chalk. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
I remember that was the last time I saw it was as a kid as well. My dog crapped in the yard and I was freaked because it was white. And so anyways, it has been some time. It's shocking to think about.
Yeah, and I think the Mandela effect is so confused now when you look up pictures of Pikachu. Like the brown on the tail will be orange or red. And my brother was actually over here today. We went on a hike, the whole family did, and we were talking about this stuff. And every picture of Pikachu looks different. I think they're just kind of cornered. Something's cornered at this time. I mean, CERN shut down. Weird things happening with that. I'm not sure what all you guys have heard. I've only heard a couple things. People starting to dig into it. I will be satisfied once Kit Kat has the dash in between, the words once again. And the Bernstein Bears are the Bernstein Bears.
Not the stains.
Yep, the Bernstein. It just seems spiteful that changed. I just feel real dumb. You're starting to see the Mandela effect conspiracy videos again, and I'm all about it. That's one of my favorite things to talk about, honestly. And it's because CERN shut down.
What I always think about is they talk about it being a portal, and there's all the spiritual activity around the site. Imagine when they close that gate, the things that didn't make it back through that are now trapped on this side.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. If you think about maybe there used to be someone sitting right here, then they disappeared and you can't remember them. Different timeline.
Mm-hmm. And when they reactivate it, go ahead.
Yeah, not only physical. Like what I've been seeing around social media, women have their periods all messed up now. It's either late or they had it twice this month or since it turned off, or it just was like a real painful kind of thing.
My wife, she was one of them.
Bam, dude. Mine too.
Whoa.
That's funny. Yeah. I'm not sure. I thought I told you guys that.
No.
Maybe I did.
We talked about something else that you and I had synced up on with days being drawn. Or no, it was Jay or somebody. Maybe it was my wife and I, but we were talking about the day feeling extra long that one day. And we thought it was a Sunday, but it was a Friday or something like that.
That's why I'm not trying to lead into this because I want to hear it from you guys. That's perfect that you just said it happened to your wife as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were like, oh, here comes another baby,
Yeah,
And,
that's exactly what we said. That is exactly what we said. She's like, maybe I'm pregnant.
Yeah. I actually have that article pulled up right here. Jay, just pulling out the topics before I even got them.
Pulled the rabbit out of the hat.
Says, let's see here, a good starting point here. Thousands of women have taken to social media saying their menstrual cycles seemed unusually disrupted throughout June, with many claiming they either missed their period altogether or experienced 2 periods within the same month. That's right. So they either completely missed it or had 2 of them. And they're saying it's full periods, because sometimes like they'll stop and have a little, a little one off kind of. And they said no, it was 2 full on periods.
Hmm.
Like they're stealing each other's, and it's the same month when CERN shut down. And you'd think that if time was to switch up like that, right? Like, I don't know if it's gravitational pulls or the sun or something, but the sun and the moon have a lot to do with menstruation for women. So something happened. And people are talking about how the sun is yellow again.
Yeah.
We talked about before where it was white and it used to not be white, had more of a yellow look to it, didn't hurt your eyes as bad. I mean, not to look at it, but just looking outside. And all of a sudden, CERN shuts down and a bunch of women miss their period, and people are talking about how the Mandela effects are reversing. Yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot more information on that, but it's the thousands of them have said it. And propaganda here, it's saying the heat wave may have created it, which, okay, but not every state in the U.S. or not even, all over the world had the same heat wave or temperature change. I mean, we had it pretty high, 95, 100 one day, but I mean, it's still happening.
Well,
It's been
Arizona got nailed pretty hard too with some pretty bad heat waves. I think it got up to like 120 in
oh wow,
Arizona. Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I couldn't imagine. That's like when it gets negative 20 in winter. Like it gets to a temperature, whether it's hot or cold, where it just hurts and you stop going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Or give yourself like a 10-minute time limit on going outside.
Yep. Time to plug the car in. Remember,
Yeah. How's the weather been over there?
it's been fucking miserable. Miserable.
Really?
So
Like
humid. Oh
No.
my God. I mean, it's so humid that it's been on the news. People are complaining about how humid it's been. It's been awful. And it's like, where's the wind? Can I get a freaking gust of wind? Just like, or some rain? It's been nasty and
Mm.
really hard to sleep at night. So, because we have ACs, but they're like the wall ACs you can wheel around. Anyways, it's just it's not been fun. And they say this is happening, like you said, all over the place to the point where El Nino, like we were talking about, weather stuff is going to be nuts this year, and it's all due to whatever's going on with heat waves and humidity and water temperature.
Yeah, the West Coast is going to burn this year. Bad. They're already prepared for it. And I think they're the ones that do it, but they are prepared for it. There's firefighters, like wildland firefighters everywhere. And fire is already starting to kick off. And if any of you have heard me talking about it before, what happens is a small fire will start and they won't go put it out. They'll just sit there and let it grow and grow and grow. And then all of a sudden it's 100 million acre fire and on national television. And what did we do wrong? And it has something to do with money and
Land grab.
land grab, something to do with the elites. It doesn't make any sense to just let the forest burn.
Well, that's what that guy that was running in California was partially running on, is the fact that they let his house burn down. They let all those houses burn down. He was affected.
They did it in Florida too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely insane. How about you, Jay? How's the South?
I heard that asphalt was melting somewhere in Texas.
Wow. Yeah, that's
about
pretty
it.
hot.
I just been indoors. It's just too damn hot to go outside.
Yeah. Yep. That's when I go to the mountains. It hits 100 here. I go up and it'll be like 82 up in the mountains.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Anyway, what else we got on here? Yeah, it says the chilling theory behind CERN shutdown until 2030, which I didn't get to brush up on the 2030 agenda, right? You guys know what that is?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I can't recite it, but I do know of Agenda 2030, World Economic Forum, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah. And it feels like this might be connected because I keep hearing about things. 2030 is a date for a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So it's the Hadron Collider will remain offline until around 2030 for its major high luminosity upgrade, has reignited one of the internet's most enduring conspiracy theories. What if every time the world's largest particle accelerator powers up, reality itself changes? While there's no scientific evidence that CERN alters timelines or shifts humanity into parallel dimensions, the idea has become a modern myth, fueled by the so-called Mandela effect, strange feelings of collective deja vu, and a growing fascination with the nature of consciousness and time. Interesting. So it says perhaps it's doing more than just observing particles. They speculate that collisions at unimaginable energies could somehow disturb the fabric of space and time, creating subtle changes that ripple across our reality. Scientists reject this notion, explaining that the energies produced are tiny compared with those generated naturally by cosmic rays striking Earth's atmosphere every day. Yet the mystery persists. So interesting, and how dare they, right? I love how scientists like to act like they know what they're talking about all the time. Aren't these tests to figure it out? You know, like, oh, that's atrocious, doing something small. You ever hear of the butterfly effect? They know this, covering it up with propaganda. And we know, right, that like this dimension is based on our perception. So like that one, I can't remember what the the test or whatever they did was, but when they were looking at these things, it was like particles, right? They were flying in a certain um, pattern, and when they looked away, the pattern changed. The only difference was when it was being viewed. So
Observed.
actually, yeah, observed. So us observing things actually has an effect, and they know that, and they're looking at it at stuff they're probably not supposed to be at this kind of scale. Yeah, butterfly effect.
It reminds me of that laser thing with the Sean Ryan show. There, I think you just uploaded to the group, but somebody did. But anyways,
Yeah.
laser and how they used a diffuser to basically bring it into like a clarity, so they could view the patterns that are showing up on this laser when they put it on a wall. And then they said when you put, for example, your hand over the pattern, it literally changes the symbols that show up. And then when you pull your hand back away, the wall, it'll like, if a wall will show up a certain pattern, your hand will show up a different pattern. And they say when you look into it, you can almost see through the object that the laser's up against. That is wild.
Yeah, they were saying they could read code. Like there was
Mm-hmm.
actual code there that they could see. I haven't looked a whole lot into that.
Well,
I need to though. It was really interesting once I saw it.
well, and they also talked about how DMT or psychedelics, when you look at it while on those, the
Mhm.
patterns, I guess, are more. I don't remember what they exactly said, but it kind of reminds me of what you're talking about with these scientists and doing the subatomic testing, and they look at, observing it changes the way these atoms react, these particles react.
Yeah,
And the same thing when you're in this DMT realm. They specified DMT, but they said pretty much anything. But yeah, how they will react, the patterns will react differently. It's like you're tapping into that matrix,
yeah,
and
changing your headspace lets you
yeah,
perceive it differently. Because perceiving
tuning.
it by itself has an effect, changing your own like mental state, and then and then viewing it, with a different like perception,
Hmm.
all of a sudden has an effect on it. It's absolutely insane, and it makes a lot of sense. I think they're trying to get at that they can see like our matrix code by
Hmm.
doing this, and it's like a language that they're seeing.
Well, they talk about the fact that these scientists, a lot of, well, I can't say a lot, but that scientists have lost their mind by doing this research. Like once they realized things that they thought were the laws of reality no longer add up. It's like they just suddenly lose their minds because nothing makes sense anymore. How is this possible? And can you imagine when we start releasing, like they're already making it mainstream news, this whole laser viewing the matrix thing. Can you imagine when it becomes so mainstream that just your average people on the street are talking about it as they are, and people are going to go nuts?
Oh yeah, yeah, we've been seeing that, and yeah, I really miss the days when we were the crazy conspiracy theorists that nobody believed. I mean, my grandma's like, "Oh, like, oh, this is crazy. You're crazy," and she's just giving me that look, and then 6 months later, she's like, "What the hell is this?"
Mm,
And that was a fun time. And now they're all just like, "Oh, I know what's going on," and then you got these crazy people talking about this, and everyone has their own weird niche theory, and none of them make any sense. You
yeah.
know, the mainstream conspiracies are getting really boring, and not like the big ones like the Mandela effect. That'll never happen, but there is such a divide. So I believe what we've seen over the past 6 years now, going on 7 years, is they divided left and right, black and white. They divided every color now from people and countries and from everywhere all over the world. Now they're splitting up like the left and the right into different factions.
Yeah.
It's division, like the Charlie Kirk trial that's going on right now. There's, oh, I follow like different, I mean, right wing, talking points or like funny people on Instagram. And you got one here, like it's obvious no one believes, the official narrative. And then you got the other guys who are like, if you question that narrative from the government, you're a libtard and you're just like, you're the ridiculous one. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why can't
Pierce
we all
Morgan.
just, yeah, why can't we all just look, you know, a little bit for ourselves instead of jumping on a bandwagon, whether it's
Right.
going this way or this way?
Yeah,
Like when
Candace
things just,
Owens.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're good.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah, Candace Owens, she pressed Pierce Morgan, and that was just amazing because I see so many people, like even Jeremy from the Quartering is just every video talking shit about Candace Owens. I'm like,
hmm
dude, just shut the fuck up already. God, like
he's getting
enough
paid
already.
for it, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Him and freaking Beanie Head, what's his name?
Tim Pool,
Tim Pool. They just cannot get off of freaking Candace Owens, and I'm like,
Asmongold as well.
yeah, Asmongold too. I'm like, can we not? Like, if she wants to question it, if she wants to say what she say, whatever. But why are you so focused on it? And I love how she called out Pierce, where she said, so many years ago, I brought up this subject. You didn't want to jump. You didn't agree with me. You called me out for it. Then a year later, you were talking about it because it was the cool thing. The
hmm
same situation. The only difference between you and me, Pierce, is I'm willing to stand, 10 toes forward on what I believe in, not just when it is finally accepted and cool. And
Right.
I loved it, man. I was like, finally. But that's what you're talking about with the conspiracies. Back in the day, we would say your phone is listening to you, it's recording audio and video, and people would say you're nuts. Now it's just
hmm
like, well, so I got nothing to hide. And it's
Yeah.
like, because of that mentality now, they're just like, hey, we got him. Boom, let's just turn up the knob. Let's put the security cameras on the street lights now.
Yeah. They're they're like, no, it's not listening. Right. And then they start getting ads for it. And they're like, oh well, it's for my benefit, or it's not listening that much. You know what I mean? And they're it's just trying to sell me stuff. That's all they want. And
Mm,
then all of a sudden, people are having like feds show up to their house and arrest them, or come interrogate them, or scare them, is a lot of what it is. They'll just show up and start asking questions. Why did you share this post, or why were you talking about this? I just saw, I think it was like Alexa or Siri or something, just called the police on either a teacher or a mom because of what it heard in the background. That's crazy. And people are like, oh yeah, one off or whatever. No, this is happening consistently all the time, and at least get the record straight. At least I'm on here, we're on here, on camera doing a live stream right now saying what we believe, in front of it. Imagine if like you have all these thoughts and stuff, and you're so holed up in a corner that trying to do your own questioning and investigation is what gets you caught up.
what really fucks with my head right now, and it is tied into this, is how we are all saying this in the group that we've experienced this. You think something, you say something, and then the TV literally either follows through with that, like, Mom, I'm
hmm
hungry. Can you make me something? And all of a sudden, TV's like, hey, we're having this for dinner. And I'm like, what the
Boy,
fuck?
stop.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's just everything is like syncing up. And I'm like, are my thoughts my own anymore? Do I even have my own privacy of my own headspace? Like, I remember Alex Jones used to say that they're going to have this quantum computer is going to be so advanced that it's going to be like Pandora predicting your songs ahead of time based off of previous. But
Yeah.
everything, all the information it's gathering through our phones, through everything, is going to literally be able to predict our own movements, thoughts, everything ahead of before we even think it.
Yeah.
It's going to know. It's just crazy.
It's it's insane, man. And yeah, I need to, what was it called? We did a podcast, or I did a little one about the brain chips, right? The brain chips for the prisoners. Where are you? Where are you?
The prisoners and the military are always the ones they
Cognify.
work
That's what
on.
it was. Found it.
Is it related to the movie?
Is there a movie called Cognify?
No, it's similar where they use a AI to like not brainwash, but get them into the right state of mind so they can go back into society.
Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. giving them a brain chip. They go, you have 50 years in prison, or you can do it in like 30 minutes. And they just put you through hell and turn you into the victim and reprogram your brain.
Yeah, yeah.
When this blows my mind, and actually came from YouTube, and I'm surprised. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, share. One of the YouTube viewers the other day on the episode I did on this actually responded and made like a really good point. So this wouldn't just be, like the question I asked in that podcast at the end was like, what happens afterwards? Are they just walking around with this chip in their head? Is that what it really is for? Right? Just hit a switch, all of a sudden they fall down brain dead until someone comes, scoops them up and recharges them, like turning them into some sort of cyborg? Or could they be like a sleeper cell? Right? So they were saying, what if this was meant to be put into everybody secretly or willingly or incentivized to get it into them? And that's what the data centers are actually about. Having some sort of giant data center, AI controlled hive mind. This is what it's for, is between this brain chip and then like the robots, Elon Musk's robots and the military robots, that it could have something to do with that, because you would need some sort of center that big in order to take on everyone's data. And they're admitting that it'll have so much data it could record pretty much anything for the next 500 years. Everyone's text, every single piece of data created or being created on the planet, it has enough room to store that. So an operation that big could definitely be something like this, where it's, I don't know, like everyone's programmed into it like that. It's eerie. I just thought it was a really good point. I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, because I think what they're saying it's actually used for, these data centers being this big, doesn't make any sense. And by the time it's built, right, by the time it's finished, it'll already be outdated. So what's the real plan here? If we know that, they know that.
Well, and what if these data centers are using the graphene oxide and everything else that, smart dust, God knows what they're putting in the genetically modified meats and vegetables, but that these things inside of us can literally just build themselves, build the chip inside of us. There is no implant. It just formulates, like when they put certain frequencies on a platform and they put dust or sand on it and it turns into a certain pattern. What if they can just radio wave this shit inside of us to just, all of a sudden it just builds a fucking chip and there you go.
Right. Yeah, that would be crazy too. Like little spare parts, and they float around until they meet each other, and then, anything's possible at this point.
Yeah, Alex Jones on his website has and I bought it. I tried it. I don't know if it worked or not. I'd like to think so, but he has it's like a spike protein detox supplement. So I don't know if anybody's worried about that. That's something I've heard people mentioning that took the shot and regret it. Where can I get a product to detox that shit out of me? And he does have one. So if you're interested in looking for one, but
Yeah, there's a bunch of natural stuff. I just saw an ad for something where it's specifically for microplastics.
Oh, kimchi. Did you see that one? Kimchi.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
How cool is that? Like if you could actually take some fermented vegetable or cabbage, and it rips out the microplastics.
Bro, kimchi is huge out here, or in any Asian area. Oh fuck yeah, it's that comes with every dish out here is kimchi.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good too. It tastes good.
I need to get me some of that. Yeah, microplastics freak me out. Like 6 months ago, I said to me and my son, I'm like, we're done, and got all new, just like 100% cotton underwear.
Yep, my wife's all about that. Yep, no more polyester, none of that shit. All 100%.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about the experiment they did where they put polyester pants on dogs, female dogs, and then no pants, and then like cotton blended pants? Well, anyway, like something about the energy, because it's like energy blocking, also affected the hormones, and none of the dogs could get pregnant that were wearing the full polyester pants. Shit. And you got all these ladies running around with leggings on, and they're all acting like hoes, and none of them want a family, and all the
Lululemon, yep,
strong woman,
yeah.
You sit back, you can really see like the agenda with this stuff, and so when you tell someone about it, and you look at them, and they just continue to do it, it's like, how stupid are you? It's just such an easy switch for that one.
Lambs to the slaughter, man. It's they're willing. They're sacrificing their own freedoms and autonomy for
Yeah,
convenience.
they'll eat the bugs, right? They'll own nothing, and they will be happy.
Yep.
Let's see, do you guys see this one? Not two people or three people I'd typically talk about, but yeah, Travis Kelce responds to Dolly Parton asking him to have a baby with Taylor Swift. Well, that's not really what she asked. She, on video, said, "Thank you for the $2 million donation to my library. Can I please have your firstborn child?" While doing the Baphomet horn hand signal.
Shit.
And you just wonder sometimes if they do this just for the views and clicks. My theory, though, is that these celebrities, I think Taylor Swift's a man. Let's just get out there. It's me. You don't have to hate me for it. People out there on YouTube, you guys are so biased. I think she's a man, and I don't think she could have a baby with Travis Kelce unless he's a woman. Anyway, I think the $2 million could be them buying a baby from her. From Dolly Parton, because allegedly her library is all about human trafficking. Like the funding for it. Like some Epstein stuff. So before the couple said, "I do," Dolly Parton had a request. Says the couple donated a reported $26 million to various charities, which include the country singer's Imagination Library. Like some of the charities that the couple, Taylor and Travis, she said, "Taylor and Travis, it's Dolly. And I was just told that you two were making a donation of $2 million to my Imagination Library. I'm blown away and overjoyed with that gratitude." Parton said in a video posted on Instagram July 3rd. "Now it's evident that you have made giving back a key part of your lives. So hey, when you have your firstborn, can I have it? Because that is going to be one special baby." Tell me you're speaking in code without tell me you're speaking in code there.
It's a strange request.
Well, and it's just the way she said it. It's going to be one special baby. Brings up the money they gave her. Yeah, it's weird.
And it's in the Epstein files. Remember, they had the scientists working on, what was the term they used? Something kind of babies. Basically, like tailored, manufactured babies. I can't remember what they called them, but
Animal-human hybrids?
No, they were saying like if you want your girl to have a penis or your boy to have certain features, they called it something type of. Anyways,
well, it's genetically modified.
Yeah, GMO babies kind of thing. If you wanted to have a good voice, certain colored eyes, but all the way down to extremes of girl parts on boys, vice versa.
Oh yeah, I don't think these people are having babies the regular way. I think they're making them for sure, or buying them, whichever way. Yeah. Anything on that one, Jay?
No, I just agree that she or he is a man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You guys see that White House fight where the fighter said Michelle Obama's a man?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then Joe Rogan had to clean up underneath him. He's like, "Oh, that's just his persona. He's a funny guy. I think it was all right. That's not really what he meant." The dude's like, "Yeah, Michelle Obama's a man, dude." So funny.
Designer babies. That's what they're called.
Designer babies. There you go. Put a flashy title on it.
Right.
Well,
they said in the files that we have to keep very hush of who invested in this program, because that would then label the kids that come from them as freaks the rest of their life and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, designer babies, that was the term they used.
Which is crazy because test tube babies have been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's charitable to a couple that can't have them naturally, I don't see why anyone would be picking on them.
Have you guys played the new Resident Evil 9?
No.
Okay, well, the Resident Evil 9, so Resident Evil started out as a zombie thing, and they're working on bioweapons and this virus, which got free. I'm just kind of going through the history, but flash forward, it's been a hell of a roller coaster ride, and basically what it's gotten to is the virus was used to genetically modify humans, and they're trying to hone it down. And so the Resident Evil 9 is where the virus came from. The kid, the initial kid, which was the Eve kid of the the process, and then it shows all these copies that they made of her and all these different experiments they did in these underground labs. And it just reminds me so much, as you're walking through these labs, the whole Epstein files, and talking about, New Mexico and the underground facilities, and getting women pregnant, taking their kids from them, the kids in test tubes. But it's so crazy how you'll see these things that we talk about in conspiracy realm coming out in the media, like they're drip feeding it to you. And yeah, you got to play Resident Evil 9. First of all, it's an amazing game, but the kind of shit that they are putting in your face in that game, it's like, wow, they're trying to tell you something.
Right. It's like they're trying to warn you.
Absolutely.
Like, if you knew this stuff and you just couldn't do anything about it, you'd want, at some point, the boiling point, you'd need to get some of it out,
Mm-hmm.
And these designers, these game designers, sometimes it's like they're rubbing it in your face, like they're mocking you.
Yeah.
Or, ritualistically telling you and then mocking you. But sometimes it does seem like someone put something somewhere where they weren't supposed to.
Sure. Or someone's trying to get it out there, especially in older games where there was a lot less of a review process, where now things can be patched out of games, just through the download or through the internet. But back then you would see these narratives of video games and movies and stuff where once it's out there, there's no taking it back.
Yeah.
And there was messages in that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the old games had a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. But Resident Evil 9, I highly recommend everyone play, because it really does start tying that whole series together. And when you look at what they've got concluded in 9 and how they got there, it's like, whoa, this is like some real life shit. I mean, I don't need to go any further into it, but they're telling us something.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to have to check it out. Yeah. I just watched the latest movie of that last night. Or got through part of it.
Is that the one where there's like the guy is the main character?
Or no. Sorry, it wasn't Resident Evil. It was Silent Hill. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great movie and a great game series. My God.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, they're really cool. I'm going to have to play that new Resident Evil. Where was I? The Lindsey Graham death. Right? Well, that happened today. So instantly when I saw this, I thought it was the other guy, right? That they've been saying is dead or brain dead. Have you seen that past week?
No.
Let's see.
I know Shadow of Ezra said this was going to happen like 3 days ago.
Did he really?
Yeah, he said Lindsey Graham's death mark is coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
It says, was Lindsey Graham poisoned by Iran or Russia? Conspiracy theory swirl after U.S. Senator's sudden death. So it's funny that it says conspiracy theory swirl. Iran, the Lego. You keep seeing Iran propaganda, and it's like Lego. Have you seen those videos? They just released.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
They just released one of them killing Lindsey Graham, where he like had a heart attack, and then the person in the ambulance or whatever like messes with his stuff, and he dies. I just saw it like right before we did this podcast. As the world mourns the death of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, Iran welcomed it. While conspiracy theories have emerged online over the circumstances surrounding the South Carolina Republican's sudden death, Iranian media carried a statement saying, "I congratulate the Iranian nation on warmongering anti-Iran U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham being sent to hell." Damn! What a sentence there. Also, days before his death, Iran openly declared that he was a target. So I wonder, that's very interesting. I wonder if that's why Shadow of Ezra put that.
Dude, I'm looking at Shadow of Ezra's Telegram where I saw it, and it's gone. It's not there anymore.
That's crazy.
Fucking weird, because maybe it's on his Twitter. I'll check. But anyways, yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. So they confirmed his death on Sunday. The U.S. or Office of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham said on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Sounds a lot like the COVID stuff, doesn't it? The announcement has prompted widespread discussion online, particularly because Graham had recently traveled overseas to Ukraine. So this is the other one. So it's either Iran killed him, which they're like trying to spew propaganda that they did. They're saying that they did. And people are calling like for their destruction now. The warmongers on, Trump's side. And then, he was in Ukraine. So according to posts circulating online, 5 days before his death, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had publicly threatened him. Graham had also traveled to Kyiv, where he met Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and discussed a new sanctions package against Russia. Reports further claimed he had been back in the United States for less than 24 hours before collapsing and later dying. So Iran is friends with Russia. And while he was there, right, and these Ukrainians are dirty too, so it wouldn't take much, it wouldn't take a lot of money, right, or some incentivification to get them to set this guy up to die. And they use a lot of like poisonings and mystery powders over there on that side of the planet. So 5 days ago, here's Laura Loomer. Ew, also a man, by the way. That's a demon witch. Definitely has a penis. 5 days ago, Senator Lindsey Graham posted about how the IRGC threatened to assassinate him. They threatened to assassinate me and President Trump as well, with matching posters of our faces held by IRGC operatives at Khamenei's funeral that called for our heads to roll. So in the video, right, allegedly posted by Iran, the Lego character crosses Lindsey Graham's name off, and the next one is Laura. Yeah. So she'll be next. If this is actually happening and they could get away with it, she's next.
Well, I just checked Shadow of Ezra's X profile as well, and it's not there either. So he took it down, which is crazy because it was like 2 or 3 days ago he wrote Lindsey Graham's death mark or something like that, something regarding like a death mark is due or is coming or something like that. And here we are a couple days later. It's gone. I'm like, what the hell? The only thing he has is a picture with the X, like he always does when there's a someone going down. But there was a whole thing saying it.
I don't blame him for that one though, especially with the Republicans in power right now, and one of them probably just got taken out. They're probably not going to tell us though, right? If it comes down to him actually being assassinated in some sort of way, they're not going to tell us the truth about that. But yeah, could you imagine saying that and then 3 days later it happens and he's got a really big following. You're just like, oops.
Yeah, even Trump wrote something saying like, oh, he's done such a great job and blah, blah, blah. And he's dead now. And I'm like, oh, even Jason at 4 was talking about like, when you really do like somebody, you say like they passed or, they've passed away. But he's like, no, he's dead now.
Right.
Well,
yeah, Trump probably did it. The Iranian regime was probably like, yeah, we'll sign the document that you want us to sign to end this, but you got to take off a couple of those people. We just don't like them. Laura's next.
Bad for business.
Bad for business. He is. Trump does seem like the guy who would definitely use people for pawns like that. Like, oh, okay, you want to take him? Yeah, do it. I think he's done it before. Yeah, brief and sudden illness. That sounds a lot like died suddenly. It's interesting seeing this. Like, people dying is not a good thing, right? And I mean, on both sides, it's two wings of the same bird. But with the amount of people that they killed with the death shots and during COVID and everything, it's it's not too horrible of a thing if these evil people, karma's a bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, the thing about death is it turns people into martyrs, and so you don't want to kill your enemies as much as you just destroy them politically before anything else, And yeah, death is, anyways.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, that's worse than dying. Like, I mean, you could just end on a high note, or you could spend the next 5 years talking shit, getting ready for your return to the UFC, and then blow out your knee in the first 20 seconds of it, which that was his 33rd professional fight. They're calling out the Masons. They're going, oh, and he had just met with Tucker Carlson not long ago, where they were in a Masonic, like a lodge, but it was a temple, and the floor was all black and white checkerboard, and who knows, crazy conspiracies going on about that. I think it was set up, or he was injured before, is what it looked like.
Yeah, I've been hearing people say, I want my money back. He went into that fight injured.
That is what it looked like. Yeah, and he's a tough guy. And I could totally see them being like, listen, we're going to lose, $200 million if you pull out. Just go in there. And the other guy's like, okay, I'm not going to knock his head off his shoulders. We'll make it, look real. Just go as hard as you can. And he went out there and did that. Oh, what an asshole, though.
Hmm.
Straight out the gate, running at him, jumped, did like a flying kick at him, which was never going to do anything, and then popped it. But very weird, very upsetting. And then the fight before that was Paddy the Baddy, and he choked the guy out in under a minute, or like a minute and 8 seconds, or something like that. Yeah, people are pissed. Let's see.
I've seen this. I've seen a couple videos about this.
What have you heard about this? Because I haven't looked it up, but I heard it from like word of mouth from people. Like, oh yeah, everyone on the East Coast is shitting their pants.
I don't know anything about it, but I just seen videos of like a black lady in a convenience store shit all over the floor, and
Oh no,
yeah, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And they were talking about that was linked to the virus, so I don't know what the hell's going on with it.
it's weird.
I personally dismiss it. It's like explosive diarrhea. What are you eating or consuming to cause that?
Right.
Is it really a pandemic if everyone starts shitting their pants?
Hmm,
You know,
probably.
if you think about it, like what are you consuming that's causing that?
Hmm.
Well, that's what I thought was suspicious about it, right? Because you'll hear about, oh, there's E. coli in the lettuce again. People are getting sick all over. Watch out. Don't eat this. I saw a video where they were naming off the things to not eat, and it was a whole lot of everything. It was like all fruits and vegetables. Sorry, we're getting a message here. One of our regular followers says check out his friend's new podcast. Gold coin. Yeah, I'll
No,
have to jump on and look for it.
gold coin is money being sent. It's a sticker gift thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So is Park
It's
the
not
Bus.
showing me any of that. We'll have to see. He'll let us know. But yeah, is it a real pandemic? Is that what you were saying, Jay?
Yeah, because it's all over news. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
is it so? Can't you just take like Pepto-Bismol or regular stomach flu stuff
Right. Don't we have
and get over it?
remedies for this?
Yeah,
No, man. We have to shut the whole world down for the common cold or flu, dude.
because people want to shit their pants.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me of your superpower. Jay's involved with this. Yeah, it's your fault. Jay says if he had one superpower, it would be to have everyone. Oh no, that was me. Yeah, yours was having everyone nut in their pants, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mine was having everyone shit their pants.
I saw a video where a guy was talking about how he's took a girl on a date and he's like, "Yeah, I've got this ability. All I got to do is touch you and you're gonna orgasm." And then the girl's like, "Oh my God, that'd be amazing." He's like, "You think it would be, but it's not." He's like, "The way you wouldn't want to even know the way I found out. My dad came in the first time ever. He was proud of me for something. He came in to shake my hand in front of everybody, and I shook his hand, and he instantly started dropping to his knees. And the worst part is, people thought that he was having a heart attack, so they sent me down to do CPR on him. And every time I'd push, he'd nut again and again. And
Oh no.
oh
But
God,
I guess it doesn't happen in first world countries, but in third world countries, having diarrhea is like a huge no-no, and it does kill lots of people.
Mm.
So I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're worried about the toilet paper running out again. I'm not sure. It's probably another Bill Gates weapon. They're like, damn it, we can't get them with the mosquitoes or the ticks. We got to get them with whatever the hell this is actually.
Well, imagine being on a fucking airplane and everyone got that virus and starts shitting themselves, and you're just like,
Oh,
what do we do?
well, have you seen the what's it called? When they were on the poo boat, the big, oh, it's a documentary on Netflix. Damn it, what are those big boats called that people, the cruise? It was a poo cruise. That's what it was. Yeah, where like the water, like the septic was down and everything backed up, and there was like shit filling up in the lower levels, and they were like stranded on this cruise ship.
Well, it's
You'll have
funny.
to say
It's funny you say that because my sister is in the Navy, and she said while they were out at sea, something happened with the septic lines, and it literally filled the barracks or wherever they sleep in the ship up
yeah.
with a foot of shit and piss. and that they have no one out there to go clean it, so they had to go in and clean it. And then because they're out there cleaning shit and piss, they all got sick. So then they're all puking on. It was just a nightmare, she said.
I don't get it. Why don't you just have like a big hole in the floor that you
Yep.
could just unplug or something?
Yep, way it goes, right off the side.
Oh, that's you sending gold coins. You guys are all sending gold coins.
Someone did, and then I just followed along. Joey Medley.
Oh yeah.
He did the first one. I did the park the bus, which is $10, or maybe a little more, $13, something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the gold coins are $1 each.
Awesome.
At least that's what
Gotcha.
we pay for them. I don't know. That's what we pay.
I
for
was super confused as to what was going on. It's my first time. Right
Never
on.
forget you first.
Right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Joey, he's one of our regulars. He, from what I know, he watches all of our stuff and makes sure to comment and likes it. He's a pretty good follower. It's awesome, which is good because lately, like, you know, the shorts blowing up on YouTube. I had some old white women, right, who absolutely hate Trump because he never grabbed them by the, and it was like, he's this, he's that. And then someone's like great grandma got on there and wrote, die, die, die. What the hell is going on?
Did Joey go up to bat for us, or what happened?
No, he didn't see it. I mean, it's posting 50 shorts a day. So, I mean, it's just, so it'll scoop up the randos. But people are like, he's the greatest president ever. And then the next short will be like, fuck this guy. He's the worst president ever. And old granny's like, die, die, die. I'm like, who comments that, dude? It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And then the Rumble people, they'll get on there and write a book. It's interesting. Personalities are attracted to different social media sites or media sites like YouTube, Rumble, and you can tell Spotify, right? They don't comment, they'll just watch an hour and a half long podcast every time one comes out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you want to find a bunch of crazies, go to Blue Sky.
Blue Sky?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure I know what Blue Sky is.
Oh, it's the liberal version of Twitter.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to pretend to be an AI agent and get onto that one.
There you go.
Yeah. The Blue Sky. Damn. Yeah. Isn't that also called Reddit?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. It says microscopic parasite cyclospora, which has been reported to cause explosive diarrhea, is surging across the U.S., but the number of cases in King County remains at normal levels. Well, that's good news. It's good news for them. Cyclospora causes a gastrointestinal disease called cyclosporiasis, with symptoms including watery diarrhea, loss of appetite, and weight loss, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. I'm glad they're on the case. 15 cases in King County, one of which was exposed to the parasite locally. Let's see. 22 reported, but not yet finalized. No food safety alerts issued for Washington produce. So this is West Coast now. There we go. So it's starting to happen, but hasn't quite hit this area. The best controls for cyclospora are generally at the farm for processing level before produce enters a retail food establishment and include preventing exposure to contaminated water. So it is fruits and vegetables being affected by it. Which is so funny because it's garden season, baby. It is time. It's time.
Time to start growing your own food.
Yeah. And we're getting it. I just got our first cucumbers just the other day. Tomatoes are popping. Yeah, we were pulling blackberries off of wild bushes today on our walk. And apples. Actually, there was apple trees there. Majority of people sick were female at 59%, while ages range from 5 years old to 88 years old. So unfortunately for them, either they got 2 periods last month or no periods last month, but all of them are shitting their pants this month. Taco Bell pulls certain ingredients. I think it's Taco Bell's fault. But anyway, don't got to get into that too deep. But yeah, this could be a weapon. This could be some sort of interesting weapon. It seems like in, the year 2026, there's always something out to get you. And for a while, I don't think we've actually came in contact with it. I don't know if it was bird flu or something what, 6 to 8 months ago, and something came through. We were all sick at the same time, and then it went away. But
Are people
yeah,
even going to know how to act normal once things finally, if eventually they settle down? You know, they talk about like Agenda 2030. What the World Economic Forum presents as the agenda is that it's going to basically, it's going to make everyone live in harmony financially, you know, with peace talks and all these different things. So are people even going to know how to come back from this? We've been so just hit back to back to back.
I don't know. It would
Shit.
get very boring, and we would have to find a lot of stuff, new stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or will we even be able to talk?
Right. Probably not then. Yeah. The news is always upsetting. That's why we don't look at it very much. Lindsey Graham died of aortic dissection. Wonder what that is. What's the other guy's name? Do you know who it is, Jay? The other guy that they've been saying is brain dead.
I know who you're talking about, but the name escapes me.
Is it a senator or is it a congressman?
Is he on the left? You're Democrat?
No, he's the old guy who froze up in that video that one time. Let's see.
Oh, Lindsey Graham. What is his name? I can see Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell.
Yep.
There he is. Yeah. And I guess he came out and said, no, I'm all right or whatever. But it's weird that these two guys, right, the conservative side, are dead or possibly dead. Heh, Sam Salcash. He says, I'm going to use that excuse to get out of work next week. Dude, we should all do it. That's not a bad idea.
Haven't you read the news?
Yeah, haven't you read the news? Sorry,
Going
I
around.
ate any fruits or vegetables at
Yeah.
all. And now I can't stop shitting my pants. It's COVID 2.0. It's the brownout of 26. Says a right-wing political activist with close ties to President Donald Trump and senior figures in his administration has claimed that former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is brain dead and will not be returning to Congress. So the conspiracy behind this is that which I don't even know if I could call it that. It makes sense, right? Battle plan, we're playing chess here. It looks like checkers to me. But one of your main guys that you need for votes, right, all of a sudden is brain dead, and it's too late, to have this emergency, little election to replace him before this big upcoming election or all these votes, like the Save America Act. You're going to just pretend, right? Because he's already bought and paid for. They got Epstein texting all these people telling them what to do, but these people aren't making their own decisions. When they do, they get pushed out like Marjorie Taylor Greene or fired from Fox News like Tucker Carlson. Or sued for $3.5 billion like Alex Jones. Either way, they get silenced if they don't play ball. So you would say he's still alive and making these decisions. And I think he might have came out in person already, but then it's just another dude in a mask. Interesting that we have 2 in a week, right? Not even a full week, like 5 days, 2 of them allegedly dead.
What's been shocking to me in my world is the anime actors, creators, directors, artists are all dropping dead. All these famous manga cons and anime artists are just voice actors dropping dead over the past year. Like just back to back to back. Just get on Instagram and it's like, oh, another one, famous one for this, that, and the other show. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And Laura Loomer said Mitch McConnell is being kept alive by life support machines. White House source told me McConnell is an organ failure, and as a reported source told me, he has allegedly been declared a vegetable by doctors, and the White House has been told McConnell isn't ever coming back. Officially brain dead, organ failure is accelerating, life support machine is keeping him alive, but his brain is officially dead, and his wife has fled the country to China. Well, listen, he's going to last at least another 4 years. Joe Biden was in this exact same state as with the entire presidency from 2020 to 2024. Brain dead, organ failure. That was a vegetable. Remember seeing him fall off the bike?
Yeah.
That guy was shitting his pants too. I believe all these people are shitting their pants. That's what it is. That's what it is. The elites are tired of the average person making fun of them for shitting in their diapers, that they're just going to make everyone shit their pants.
Yeah, it's no longer taboo.
Like Adam Sandler, right? It's like the cool kids All the cool kids pee their pants.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see. Right on. All right, Jay, I need to pick your brain for a minute. Anything interesting that you've seen lately or been hearing about? Or anything with the Hadron Collider or any of that?
Oh, well, it being shut off and like women's periods and stuff.
Yeah, or just anything I'm missing here. Like any topics or anything interesting that you've heard lately that I haven't brought up yet.
Well, I do want to add to the Mitch McConnell stuff. On the psychic woo woo side, um, one psychic was able to see um, McConnell's spirit, but it wasn't attached to a body, and they were speculating that they're trying to play it off as he's still alive until August, where they can vote in a new person. So they're trying to keep him around, probably make him miraculously get out of the hospital. Someone in a mask, maybe, until August, where they can officially like get someone in to take over his seat.
Oh yeah, voting's on the 8th coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff being voted on right now and going to be. There's something about this. What is it? Save America. Yeah, it's interesting, and I haven't even dove through this exactly what it is, but they will definitely prop these people up if they're dying. You know, I haven't heard about the evil witch. What's her name? That old lady who, you follow her trading and then you become
Nancy
rich or whatever.
Pelosi,
There you go. I haven't heard about her in a long time.
the old
Crazy.
bag of bones.
Aims to require documentary proof of citizenship for voter registration. Oh, effectively eliminating online and mail registration methods. This legislation is seen as a significant change to voting rights and could create barriers for millions of eligible voters, which I don't know why that's a big deal. You should have to prove who you are and you're a citizen and everything. And I wonder if it's because they're worried they're going to kind of start doing what I was saying, which is validating, right? Like, what if you did mail in ballot, you had to go in and get your ID. You have a special number that only you got, right? And you had to sign, are you voting yes or no? That way they're not sending out extra votes. But that if you mail yours in, right? Which, I mean, here in Oregon, that's how we've always voted. That's how we do it. Which I'd be fine doing it in person. But you get something mailed back to you with your like answers or something on it that you chose to verify. And I wonder if it's trying to stop that. Like why the left is fighting this. Because why can't you verify that you're an American to vote in an American election? I know they want to use illegals and steal votes and all that good stuff, but they're going to have to come up with a better way to do it. Let's see. Yeah. What about you, Nathan? Anything interesting you've came across or?
Kind of hard for us to think right now. I
I
think we
know.
pretty well talked about most of it. The laser one was pretty mind blowing to me. Just for anybody who's maybe just now jumping in, using the way you can measure and draw a straight line in like construction. They use lasers now. You mount it to a wall and beam it to the other side, and they put some kind of diffuser at this base of this laser so it clarifies the laser, and then as you turn and look, right along the side of this laser, you can see basically matrix code showing up over whatever object you put in front of that. The code changes, and I just feel like that is just more confirmation that we live in the simulation. We always have moments, as conspiracy theorists, that there's another confirmation that we live in a simulation. But this one right here really starts to blow your mind a little bit, and the implications of it, if it is true, because they say, like, when you're looking into this code that there are distinguished marks that represent objects. And then they went even deeper with it, where they said, is what I see the same thing that you see? Like, yes, we both identify that we're looking at a computer screen, but is a computer screen to you the same as what a computer screen is to me? And they're using a program and different test subjects to say, okay, this code is what I'm seeing as this code, and they're using it to verify, like, is red to me, red to you? Is, the color's the same, whatever, etc. And it really, I mean, the things that they can unveil with this, studying this just blows my mind. So I think it's a huge breakthrough. I'm really interested in it.
Yeah, I was just trying to look to see if someone had drawn what this code looks like. So that's what's interesting. I mean, um, not insanely proud of it, but I've done some psychedelics before, and I've seen some things, right? Not in any lasers. And I haven't I'm not one to actually like see a being or something there, but like being able to see through people's kind of skin and see their blood flowing in
Hmm.
their veins and stuff. It's like it's kind of like you can look through a veil of some sort. It's like we're always, when you're sober and not in this mental state, you're more grounded, like stuck physically here. And when you lift that a little bit, you're able to sense things. And I feel like, people that see other people's auras, it's like unfocusing your eyes, almost like peripheral, even though you're looking at it. And so I could totally see how being on DMT and then with lasers, right? If you look at a laser, it messes with your eyes already. But
Hmm.
being able to do the two, messing with your senses, just like those experiments with the little ping pong balls, cut in half over the eyes with the red lights and the static, people start feeling and seeing and hearing different things. And you also
Hmm.
hear like different voices while you're on it, not like out of a movie where it's all scary, but like thousands of things talking. Like I remember laying there the first time I had done it, and it was like I could hear the stars talking. And I
Mm.
was in a house. I wasn't even outside, but that's what it was like. It was like from a distance, super far away, all of these little voices were talking, and they weren't negative, they were positive. But it was like, how can we not hear this all the time? That's kind of what I was wondering. I'm like, it's there, and it was like sitting here, you can't hear it, but as it got louder in my head or whatever, I could hear it, and I was like, that's always there. That sound is always there. You can always hear them. You just can't hear them when you're completely sober. You're too grounded and not listening like as close as you can when you're on hallucinogens.
Yeah, there's another thing that you can do. Talk about the ping pong balls, but
Hmm.
there's something that's pretty popular out here, and it's called Pandora's Star, and it's basically a light that you sit. It's on a tripod, and it's mounted right in the center, and you lay underneath it, and it's in the shape of the Star of David. So two triangles, and there's
Yeah.
a light at the end of each one of these corners of it. I'm sure you could look it up: Pandora Star Light DMT. But anyways, you lay underneath this thing, and then it blinks, beep, 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 really bright. But you close your eyes, so you lay with your eyes closed in a dark room, dark setting. Put
Mm.
some headphones on. Yes, there it is. So you lay underneath this thing, and I'll tell you what, that will take you to another fucking dimension. I've done it multiple times. They're very expensive to buy, but if you find someone who has one, I highly recommend you try it. So you lay under, and you literally, like when you close your eyes and like you push on your eyes, you can like see the lights kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It's a very similar feeling, but there's nothing. It's just the light blinking over your eyes, and it'll literally start with feeling like you're going through a tunnel, but you just trance out on the pattern, and it blinks in different ways, but you will literally have a breakthrough moment where you go to the DMT realm, is what it feels like. And when I did it, I actually had a friend of mine who passed away, like come to me in this tranced out state. And they were like lecturing me on my behavior and my life and my choices. And like, it was
Wow.
so profound to me. I started crying. I came out of it, and it was like a 30-minute session. But yeah, I had this full blown epiphany, and like decided, okay, I need to work on some things because I had this experience, and it's all through a freaking light. Yeah,
That's
Pandora
crazy.
Star. It's an amazing experience. No drugs required. It's just a light blinking in different patterns
I
over
have
your closed
never
eyes.
heard of this.
Oh my God, it's huge out here. There's a lot of people who have them, and you can go to these yeah, go to these people, and they'll let you lay in their living room and do it. Pay them a
That's
couple bucks.
and you're hearing stuff too.
Usually, you put headphones on with some like
Oh, gotcha.
soft, soft music, like a
Hmm.
trancey kind of music.
So probably here and there, like you do hear something and it pops in and out.
Well, I'll tell you what. You start by just seeing the pattern, then the pattern becomes a tunnel. Then you go through the tunnel, and it feels like you're going like this through the tunnel. And
Yeah,
then you break through, and you are not there anymore. You are in this place, like the realm.
that's awesome.
And it's a fucking light. That's the crazy part. Yeah, yeah, profound.
Wow.
Hmm.
And I mean, it says cognitive enhancement, digital LSD visual sessions, stress, accelerated learning, emotional healing, shamanic, uh, journeying, meditative states, renew sleep. I mean, it's like a medicine.
Hmm.
Imagine it weaponized.
Yes. Well, they talk about the patterns that come through the television.
Mm,
They
yeah,
layer behind what you're actually watching. Bing, 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 bing. Yep.
right. Yeah, we live in a world of frequencies, and it's all like audio and um, light. Yeah, a mix of
Well,
sound and light.
and it reminds me of that movie Josie and the Pussycats, and how they got this band that they kind of prop them up, and then they become the superstars, and they have this big concert, and everybody has to wear the special kitty cat headphones that are Josie and the Pussycats headphones, and then she realizes that they're using some kind of binaural frequency in the headphones or through the music, that is making people, you know, obsessed over this group. And so Josie's big, the frontline girl of the band, a big moment at the end, she says, "Take these off. I want you to hear the real me and choose for yourself whether you like me," and breaks the contract, that she had with
Hmm.
producers. But yeah, everyone takes the headphones off, and it's this big moment where people realize they've been manipulated. And it is so much another one of those, like I said, the video games, the media
Hmm.
telling you what they are doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyways, lights, music, like we said.
Yeah, so we got lasers, lights. It's insane. The
Mm.
whole senses thing, and that's what's coming up next, guys. Is the GATE program?
What's the gate program?
The GATE program? You don't know what the
Yeah,
GATE program is?
maybe.
So people are having recollections of when they were little kids going into a room and taking a test with the big headphones
Ah,
over their ears and drinking the pink liquid or the purple liquid and having all these tests. Um, and I wanna dive into that. Not today, but I'm gonna do a full episode on that. And how it's connected to like the CIA mind control, but also like they were looking for like special children, right?
hmm.
Gifted children when it comes to like psychic abilities and for like yeah,
They talk
it's
about,
like
there's people talking about that were in that are coming out saying they have the same dreams of Mall World or all these similar.
going on the moon and stuff.
Hmm.
It gets pretty wild, but I think it's interesting that yeah, the like late 70s, 80s, and 90s kids all have some sort of recollection of this. And people are like the hearing test. And like I remember something like there was weird stuff in early elementary school,
I was
you
in a
know.
program in elementary school that
Were
they
you?
took me. Yep, they took me out of class. I had to go to this special
Same here.
room, and I
Right.
had to. Yep, I had to wear the headphones. I had to read these little books to them and work one on one
Yep.
with this one person. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Me
was one of
too.
the kids taken out.
That's what they're remembering.
I don't remember the pink liquid. It kind of sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on that one. But I remember, yeah, having to go out,
Let's
be
see
part of
if I
this.
can get it to pull up. New York Post. Yeah. We won't do a whole thing on it. I was trying to gather enough information to make a, like a short video or full episode.
Mm.
It says, where are you? It's glitching out. Adults who were enrolled in the Gifted and Talented Education Program GATE decades ago as children are now questioning if they were unknowingly being covertly trained by the CIA. So Anna Mills, helped renew interest in a previously floated conspiracy theory by posting several videos to social media sharing the worksheets and assignments she was given when she was young, leaving many of her followers with questions. One of the TikToks, she flips through a binder of her classwork and showed off some of the assignments she was given as a child in the 90s. The stuff I found in there. I'm like, what were you training us for? So students across the country who demonstrate high cognitive abilities and pass a series of tests are taught separate lessons which do not fall into the standard curriculum. Many of the worksheets Mills shared dealt with cracking codes, plotting graphs, as well as learning sign language, Morse code, and Russian. Nearly all of the lessons were focused on creative problem solving. A surprising number mentioned aliens or Russian culture. This has led some to claim that the public school program was connected to the CIA's Gateway program. The federal program was developed in the 1980s to instruct and train people in the art of switching perceptual modes, the art of becoming more conscious of one's particular inner resources, inner abilities, and most of all, one's inner guidance. It was used to explore the limitations of human consciousness using sound, meditation, and other techniques. So it's like a lot like what we were just talking about, right? You know, seeing the code with the laser, the light bringing you somewhere else. They were looking for kids that had the ability to do this. And it reminds me of Stranger Things. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. And then some people are saying, yeah, I was in the GATE program. I was in, what was that called? Gateway program. They're saying it's directly connected. And like these people are talking about getting shipped to the moon and stuff.
What's fucking crazy is the three of us all remember this in our own lives.
Well, it was eerie because it kind of hit, and I was like, huh. Because there was weird stuff back then. I mean, back then I went to a school where there was 11 kids in my class. You know, we're talking first, second grade here. And I thought it was just a weird place, man. And I remember out in the middle of nowhere, and I remember like there was this bus that would roll up, and that was the library, or some special weird librarian would show up in like a little van. It was a van. That's what it was. And we would go out there and like check in and out of books, and she'd like park on the playground. It was weird, like in the middle of the playground, in the middle of the school. Weird stuff. So yeah, the more I get into this, the more it like jogs my memory. So the sound recordings used typically feature a series of nonverbal audio patterns hidden by sounds like crashing waves or wind blowing through the trees, similar to the audio entrance tests former GATE students claim to remember taking. Some of them were basic IQ tests, but many of them were of the meditation type testing where we had to listen to a woman's voice on an audio tape with big earphones.
Yep.
Mills that continue to post videos sharing what she remembers from the lessons, as many of her viewers claim to have been in similar programs but not remember many details. So it's a strange message. Can I pop this up? It says, fellow colonists. Damn, I can't get in there. It says, last week, each time to Peru, our openness visited the something in Egypt before moving the ship to it. Present location, it's now something. So this is actually popped up on the internet. It's talking about like a spaceship, and it's like a secret code. It's weird. Like, and telling them to use it says at the end, to find the location to use your astral powers. So if that's real, right? It's almost like they're trying to find the aliens or find a reincarnation. Like they're trying to wake these people up to get them to remember who they actually are. It's really weird. That's my theory on it anyway. I mean, why would you have this kind of code there? Some former members of the programs commenting on the videos expressed suspicions as to why they struggle to maintain memories from these classes, with others suggesting their minds were altered. Why do most of us only faintly remember any of it? Completely blocked that out for decades until now. Why don't I remember a single thing except the building and the entryway? All theories to continue to be floated, and some declassified documents related to the program have been offered as proof by internal sleuths. There's no evidence to suggest that the public school GATE programs were tied to the CIA's GATE program. But yeah, people can faintly remember it, right? Which is weird. And I've got an incredible memory. And they were saying it probably has something to do with the little cup with the pink or purple or red juice that they would give you afterwards or before. It's almost like I I wonder if they were taking it before, if it would like mess them up and make them a little floaty, and then by the end of it, like wipes out the memory completely.
Yeah, I remember mine was in second and third grade, I believe, and there would be somebody midday or towards the end, I think, that would come in. I already knew they'd be standing at the doorway, and I'd have to get my things and go with them. I'd have to go to a separate portable outside of the school, and they would put me in there. They'd give me a snack, which was usually something to drink, and I can't remember what I'd eat, but put the headphones on. They'd put a tape in. I had to listen to the tape, and then I had to do these little worksheets and just sit there. And then it was like an hour or so long, and then it was pretty much the end of the day at that point, or I don't know what was after that, but yeah. And the thing is, when I was visiting home last, I found in my mom's little storage area a big tub of all my grade school projects and pictures and assignments and stuff. I need to go through that thing now, man. I need to go through and look at it and look for anything that might be part of this.
I have one too, that I need to go through as well, but I kind of feel like all of that stuff would have stayed with them. They wouldn't have
Yeah,
sent it home with you because your parents would have saw it and been like, what the hell is this?
that's true. Yeah,
What's
probably wouldn't have.
interesting though is I don't think they told our parents.
I don't know if I got approval from my parents. I don't even know if I can't remember if I told them or what, but yeah, I was like one kid in my class that got taken out for that thing.
That's crazy, dude.
And they wouldn't even come in the classroom. Maybe if the first couple of times they might have, but it got to the point where they'd come to the door, don't want to disrupt the class. As soon as the door would open, I'd see them, have to get my bag, my backpack, put my things, and go with them. It was totally a separate portable outside of this main school building.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something separate from the entire school.
Hmm.
Well, anyway, it's like we're getting to about that time. Anything
Yeah.
else you guys got, or anything to add to that, Jay?
I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember going through the motions of putting on the headset and doing something. Like
Right.
I was like what Nathan said. I was taken out of class and did those stuff, but after that, I don't remember anything else.
Well, now that I dropped the seed into your brains, you guys let me know if you remember anything more.
We
As
need
it
to do
comes.
one of those guided meditations or
Mhm.
fucking hypnosises. We're gonna be like, ah, the game,
You go sit down. Yeah. Oh God, dude, that reminded me of that movie,
the pink fluid.
the fourth kind or whatever. Where like
Yes.
whether it's
Yeah.
aliens or demons, they all have the same effect where they're like remembering this stuff and then they're like freaking out and
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
screaming. Yeah.
they're all traumatized for the rest of their life.
Hmm.
It's weird. That's an interesting one. Uh, Anyone watch the video? If any of these topics you have any more like information about or advice or anything like that, make sure to let us know. We read all comments and yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But yeah, if you guys have nothing else, we can wrap this up real quick.
Well, Joey Medley 951, you got to give us the name of your friend's podcast at some point too. But
Yeah, don't forget about that. We'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. And just a reminder, we're on Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff. Make sure to check us out on whichever platform best suits you. And that's it for us. We'll catch you on the next one.